Hello and welcome to the championship match this season, League Season 57. I'm playing against phika. Phika is ahead by half a point, so I need to win 3.5 or better to take the championship. Phika needs 2.5 or better. We made it in here by the skin of our teeth thanks to a heroic effort from J Nails, who was down 0-4 in a match and needed to win the last two games in order to have me be here instead of triple range merge, and also which ultimately was not going to affect J-Nail's placement. So okay, let's look at the board. We have Pageant, Worm, Silk Merchant, Amulet. We cannot open with Silk Merchant something. We don't have the money. I mean, sorry, the 4-3 might be nicer here, but we don't have that. I don't know what you can build to eventually. I mean, there's drawn C chart, but no plus buy, and the payload is not especially compelling here. I don't know. There may be something to be said for expect Quartermaster to be quite good. I guess there's a little bit of Village in First Mate, but it's not super strong. There may be something to going double Silk and trying to get a Forge here as phika. Didn't really have that luxury. But you could open double Silk with having like an okay shot of getting. Maybe you don't open double for that, but they get no. Coffer there. I mean, this is probably a play that leads to Forge for phika. Our Silk Merchant misses. And then you Forge it. You can probably hit a pretty big Forge, which is probably pretty good. Depending on how early you draw it, of course, but I don't really know how you go from there, to be honest. You could maybe rush the provinces, I suppose. I don't know if you'll have enough villagers for that, but no, it gets a pretty bad Forge, actually. I would have played the Silk Merchant there for sure, but oh. What does Herb Gatherer do? Maybe should be a quartermaster. I don't know what kind of decks we're building here. To be perfectly honest, it's not the best courtier board of all time, that's for sure. Um, okay. Be the worst courtier of all time, and it still may be okay. I don't know what was it 4-6 or 7-3 on the Silk Merchants. Buy a silver, I think. Don't like that. I'm not sure about losing the copper either, actually, but done is done. So the question now is, do I want coffer or do I want to save the amulet? Or save the villager, rather. Now, this is actually a little, again, this is like, do we want a coffer or do we want, let's get the coffer. I kind of like the, now then there's another question of, do we want the, estate? But I think for now we just save it. Like a turn like this is where it matters a bit more. I mean, it is technically possible for me to win on my turn, but or to like triple plus or double plus mill, but kind of unlikely. I don't really know. This is 2 provinces gold amulet and on something else. I think a Silk Merchant, but the forges don't have a lot of like Dutchy dancing capabilities. I mean, not for Feek anyway. I have the courtier, I guess, but I mean, if we bottom deck Province and Silk Merchant is on top, we may be an action short actually still. Of a yeah, we would still be an action short. An action / coffer short. So they're gonna go for it here. They're burning their interesting. Okay, this is still pretty nice for me. Or reasonably nice. I mean, we're gonna have to dance a little bit, but I mean, we can true double. One, two, three. If we had found the gold, this would be game. We're just at 13. I guess if we had drawn the no, like I said, then we wouldn't have had the actions. I don't know how this is gonna work out. At this point, I mean, they could have a pretty bad turn, of course, but it's somewhat limited in how bad it can be. Maybe we needed to shoot double. I don't know. We can pick up. We do have gold, and I think we gotta save this. This is a good hand. If Fika's isn't very good. Though I think the courtier is still just stuck. I mean, we can play 2 terminals. This isn't, well, no, that's not quite enough. There's some orders, like if the other silk merchant was in hand, well then it would be like, well, okay. There's some things that could have happened, but this will probably result in me losing. Most likely. We just won't. We lost a villager last turn, so we're still in the same spot with respect to the villagers. Like, there's just not enough money. I don't have a silver. We can get another, we can probably double. I'm still just stuck here, though. Fortunately. We could get another coffer. I mean, we could get a villager and a coffer. We could trash the silk merchant with amulet. We could delay again. And we could even like double duchy while doing it, I suppose. The next turn is really bad though, so like what are we holding out for? The next turn is duchy, copper, province, silk. So like you can't really wait for it. Just doesn't work. I think we're toast here. I mean, they have the 2 golds. I needed some. There's some area where I either need to take silver off amulet or take another gold or something. Well, maybe not the courtier ever. I'm not sure. I mean, I kind of had to do a 5 there at that point, so it was like it could have been a quartermaster, but the silks were already gone, and it could have been a sacred grove, but like. I mean, we could have just trashed. No, I mean it just looked pretty bad. We're getting a make phika resign already. I kind of had somewhere to. Well, never mind. Did phika disconnect? I don't. Did I disconnect? This is unfortunate. I think unless they take province, they're probably fine. Taking province could backfire. Let me think this one through, though. Man, if I had just had the, well, I can get a duchy. I can get... Can get estate. Well, can I double duchy? I can double... Or can I duchy province? So I have 10 in hand. That's just in hand. I guess if I draw a copper, right? If I had drawn a copper, I would have won. I would have had province, duchy. That's so sad. I had like this was bad. I'm pretty sure. I mean, maybe they're forced. I think they can wait though. Because if I mean, this is 2 copper duchy. There's not a play with the silk trashing. There's not a multi-type. So we would have gotten 12. That's so frustrating. I'm just double checking there's not some forged trickery. That is such a bummer. What were the odds at that point? It was 2 out of 5, and we were drawing 2, so like reasonably good. Not guaranteed by any stretch, but reasonably good. This still just gets, I mean, this still affords the estate. I mean, they don't have coffers now, so if they didn't draw forge, I mean, they could have a dud hand, so, I wonder if this is, well, then we don't get the duchy. Okay. That's that's such a bummer. We drew a terrible hand here too. Well, okay, three of them were guaranteed, but we didn't draw anything good off of it. Man, that's frustrating. Because I did have, well, I don't know if you draw 2 cards, 2 of 5, it's like 3 of 5 times 2 of 4. Whatever that is, 1 minus that. The 60, it's like 3 of 5 times 2 of 4, 620. 1 minus that. So it's like 14 out of 20. It works. So pretty good odds. If I'm doing that correct, maybe I messed up. Alright, we have Dark Ages, or we have Shelters anyway. What's Peril? Okay, so we're probably blowing up the Necropolises just right away. That's kind of funny. You have the Advance versus the Peril. I don't know what the that's actually really funny to have that as the the choice here. And we're gonna get crews and thrones and some straight. Yeah, it's not the best crew board ever. Well, I guess Longship works with it. Crew can be a little awkward at times. That is pretty funny. I guess you could wait. I mean, you could buy a Forager. It's just a little hard to pass up the one of these two. I don't know which it is though. There are probably a lot of loots where the loot is a lot better than the action here. But there are also some real duds. I'm gonna try the Peril. I'm gonna try it. It's more exciting. Staff is pretty okay. Staff we can work with for sure. I mean, there's not a whole lot of like action payload, which is what Staff is primarily for, but it could play Patron. I mean, Orb is like vanilla, super vanilla here, I think. I mean, there's some times where the Orb gets you some stuff too, though. Okay. We are gonna need some foragers. Guess we just go in for them. This is ugly. I don't know if that was right, but obviously sad to have bottom no foragers with the shelters, and then we have all this stuff down here. Yeah, you'd rather be able to go like Throne Forager, I think, than what I had, but and this is a pretty crummy draw here. I'll probably take another Forager just because we can advance them later on. This may let us preserve a villager here. I'll probably try and buy a Storyteller or Longship. We didn't find the Patron, unfortunately. But we still, excuse me, we still get something pretty nice out of it. I'm willing to buy the actions here just because of the And this is a great hand. I don't know if I want to save the patron for trying to do a staff or if I just play it for getting the draw. Probably do it for the draw. Double sellers. I guess if that's what the money you have, then you do it. Okay. We are much cleaner. What are we going to have here? So the question for me actually is whether we would like to lose the just both actions now, or whether we want to trash another card. Because we can get, I mean, we can obviously advance a bunch of these. Which may be the play here. I want everything. I'm going to get 3 5s. Maybe a throne, I guess. Throne on crew is pretty sad. I would like a cutthroat. I don't know if now is the time for it though. Okay. They get a good turn. Also here. Unfortunately. Fortunately, we found none of Longship or Crew or Storyteller. Even just the Longship play would have helped a little bit. But Patron is nice. Patron's nice. They're a lot less clean than me at this point. Maybe not a lot. They're a bit less clean than me. Even finding a seller would have been nice, but alas, it was not to be. That sucks. I didn't draw my crew that I bought on the start of my turn. So I'm getting attacked. Yeah, this sucks. This is probably game losing. Or close to it. I mean, I can still put together a turn, but I have a bunch of sellers that I'm not going to get, that I'm going to have to draw through. This is Forager, Crew, Longship. I don't know, some other junk. We're going to need them to have a dud soon. That sucked. I didn't get to play. Even if I'd gotten to play my Cutthroat last turn, this was this is unfortunate. That this game's going to turn on basically this one reshuffle versus another. And in a situation where I don't necessarily think, I mean, we're probably pretty equivalent. I'm not saying that I like had the super lead or anything. But it would have been, they're likely pretty similar. Maybe I shouldn't fully count myself out just yet, but okay, let's do Forager Copper. The toss here. We are actually a lot cleaner, so I don't know. Well, not anymore. They not play their storyteller at all. They just didn't. It just wasn't in there. I guess they did have to throne a crew. That's the... That's the consolation prize right now. We're gonna have a pile out. Unlike, well, it's hard to say exactly. I'm gonna take Longship. I think since I think I'll go Peril. Phika is really slow. Maybe I was this slow, I don't know. I may have been on the cutthroat. I don't remember now. So I think we go Longship, Storyteller, Peril. Well, I guess we can't do that. Hammer is not that. No, it is with Thrones. Sextant's fine. I kind of do want another Longship, though I can see a world where it should be Storyteller. Thrones just have to hang out. This is for sure Forager. They do have a little bit of a, maybe an action issue. They have the throne rooms, of course. So maybe not, but the thrones do get orphaned a little bit. Presumably you thrown the they got a figurehead, right? That was kind of not great. I mean, it's all right with the crews, but you kind of would like buy here, I think. I don't know how this is going to go. They still do have to kind of live or die by a throne on the, or by drawing Storyteller also at the start here. Well, not so much here. They have the figurehead now. The last turn they did, though, and they got lucky again. Because they don't actually have that many cards that can draw forward one. It's just the Storyteller and a Seller. And the Seller, of course, would have been card loss at a point where you weren't really wanting it. So I'm a little bummed about their two reshuffles where they kicked off despite whatever. But I had one that I kicked off on and then a second one where I didn't, which was really unfortunate. Puzzle box, of course, can make you go. I wonder if they're thinking about the double Seller and a 5 rather than Throne 5, you know. I just wonder what they're thinking about actually, just in general. Because if you draw, I mean, then the Sellers can be pretty powerful. I do expect a Longship, but maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, so they go for the double Seller, which I think is totally reasonable. I could, if we can get to the hammer, we can get a throne mid-turn, which would be nice. So I guess it's probably worth playing this a little bit. Not out of order necessarily, but... So we just need to draw 5. But really, if we're going to play the crew, I guess that's the question, if we're going to play the crew or not. We could just not play the crew this turn. Oh, we would need 6 then at that point, yeah. Well, we put Cutthroat and Forager in the discard. I don't know what these cards are. So we can staff throw the patron if we want. No, we gotta play the Cutthroat too. Yeah, we're just gonna wanna not play the we'll be up to 4 buys. Yeah, this is all fine. I guess we could. How much money will we have? 6, 11-ish. Well, the perils cost money, don't they? They're not like the advances. Okay. Jules is fine. Spell scroll. Well, I should keep in mind in any case. If we advance, we'd really rather peril, kind of, but yeah, I guess we peril. Get another sextant, that's okay. Do seller, storyteller. Seller, storyteller. What are we doing long term? Well, we don't really need the seller. I don't know how the spell scroll looks here, or what the spell scroll looks like here, to be honest. There's some things you can do. I don't know. Do we have any kind of... Do we have any kind of 3-pile threat? Having a crucible at some point could be pretty nice for the end game. 12 gains, 11 gains. I don't think we're quite there. Do we want the spell scroll? Guess we just wait on the spell scroll. See more at the end of the turn. There's some nice aspects to playing it with a storyteller, though, like action-wise. Oh, they went for the double cutthroat. They are going to stick these thrones out, though. It will let them get to 2 loots. Well, that throne was already stuck out anyway, so wasn't a huge deal. Yeah, maybe should have kept the spell scroll to do a throne. How many loots are left? They didn't set anything aside with Puzzle Box. I'm wishing more and more I'd kept the spell scroll. Though it would have been like a patron gain maybe or something. I don't know. Throne room gain. Two puzzle boxes. Who knew? Not me. You have to start thinking about provincing just to see if you can put them on a back foot somewhere. They don't have the figurehead or the longship out now. No, they did gain a spell scroll, which is kind of a extra storyteller in effect. But otherwise, they still have to draw that storyteller or a seller or something, and the sellers are basically gone. So yeah, you do need more copies of some of this stuff, because you get full dud. I would be. It's sad. They probably won't. They play the longship this turn. Maybe they play the longship this turn. Never mind. I take it all back. This again, I don't think there's any risk of a 3-pile. Maybe I could have gotten enough foragers mid-turn. I just don't think so. Okay, if they take a province, that seems reasonable. See if they buy a forager. Don't know what I mean, at this point, it's probably still throne room for the hammer target, but there may be a point where we switch to some other stuff like Crucible or Duplicate. It's a shield. Now they're going to be able to puzzle box shield if they want, but that, you know, of course, takes away the... Now with the way this has been going, they'll probably have the shield in hand, but they at least didn't have whatever that top decker one is, Insignia. Because that was a real possibility too. Okay, let's go ahead and play the crew. This will be Storyteller Sextant. We're wanting to get to like Throne, Copper or something. Throne, Patron, Cutthroat, something like that. We again maybe don't play one of the crews. I don't know if we'll have exactly the draws we want for it. On the other hand, if we keep the coppers now, we have some... let's toss them. Well, actually, it's not. They're not awful to keep in some ways. If we're going to play another Storyteller, it's kind of helpful to have them in hand. If we're not going to forage them, then, you know, why not? Okay, so we are using a lot of our draw in this, unfortunately. We got 4 cards. We're going to have 5. We'll play a crew at the end here. We could do that. Do we want the forager trash or not? Or do we want to buy a 5? I'm starting to worry a little bit about the piles. We're playing a little loot engine here. Pretty nice. Things are starting to get a little scary. Pile wise. They did discard right. They didn't. So we can get 2 cards here. I wonder if I take a duchy even too, to be honest. And like lower the thrones. Oh. We could peril. I don't know how many provinces they'll be able to afford necessarily. We could get another crew. I hope they can't make 40 somehow. That would be bad. I should be able to. I mean, at the very least, I can mill through 5 without too much trouble. Yeah, I hope they can't make 40, but 32 plus a mill. Because they can spell scroll for a crucible. Just don't know if they have enough beyond that. Hopefully not, but it's not Not out of the question. Maybe it is out of the question. I sure hope it's out of the question. How much money did they have last time? They added well, I don't know. It doesn't look too close to 40 to me. I can, of course, gain a bunch of crucibles, so it's a little different, but. So they draw everything. I guess the other fear is that they could tie or something. I don't know, 8? No. They don't have that many actions unplayed, right? You would have to advance a bunch of things. You need to get to 9 buys and have 8 actions to advance. And I mean, they have some. Well, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's there. They still have a forger patron, a couple thrones, a cutthroat, a storyteller. They're not like too far off maybe having it that way, depending on how the money goes. In which case I could have just avoided this by not doing a crew. Well, how many more? Because they got puzzle box, 2 puzzle boxes, a shield, a crucible, which could be or not a crucible, a crown, not a crown, whatever that car, spell scroll. They have a prize goat. Maybe that's all of them. I'm not sure. Maybe they haven't. That would suck if the crew lowering is what did it to me, because I did not have to do the crew. They're at 4 buys, so they got 2 puzzle boxes, goat. That gets you to 7. And the spell scroll gets you to 8 gains. You do need 9 gains to tie. I mean, if I'm going to win the match, a tie is fine, but that's true for both of us, I guess. We have another. I don't know if I'm not sure what's in their deck, because it kind of seems close by my counting, but it could be short in various ways. I don't know if there's a trick to throne, like spell scroll gaining throne rooming a forager, if that nets gains usefully or not, that might, but I think you'd need money in that instance. I mean, you gotta have cards to trash to the forager, of course, so that may not help you in any way. We got another make resign. I've not been playing quickly, but I haven't been playing quite this slowly. I don't think. Maybe I'm wrong. Just spam reconnect in chat. I'm owed one of these for sure. I mean, what I did to Cider was way worse than anything that anyone has ever done to anybody in that context. But I mean, I wouldn't be surprised either. But I think I don't know what the league should do as far as rules. Like, I took a 30-minute turn against Cider one time. It was more than 30 minutes. And now it had more moving parts than this one, I think, but still. And as I didn't have deck in hand and there was some drawing to do, but probably there needs to be some kind of rule. I don't know what you do. I mean, in these, like, this is the last match of the season. Phika wants to win, of course. But, like, you know, and it's the same situation as I was in. Well, mine was like, if I lost right then, the match was over. Phika's not in that position. But it's a similar situation in the sense that if Phika doesn't find the win here, it looks probably pretty dire for them. I expect. I don't know. I don't know what you do. We just don't have timer stuff, and so you there's no rule to enforce in this position. They could take all day if they wanted to. The hard part is you have to sit here, right? Like if you knew, if you knew it was going to be 20 minutes, I could go I would watch a YouTube video or something. I don't know. I could do something to exit the game, because this game at this point, to pilot to a finish, I could do it even if I took a mental break, because there's nothing to hold as far as like deck information too much for me. I wouldn't say. I think it will be fairly straightforward, but I could be wrong. But I would, or I could go just walk around the house. I could pace or something, but I don't know how long this has been at this point. It's got to be approaching 10 minutes, but I don't know. Right, the figurehead is loose. So that should net it. Well, I guess the consolation prize here is that I don't think it might have worked even if I hadn't gained the crew. But at least we can just, phika can win and we can be done. That is the good news. The bad news is that I get second again. What do we have here? There's like develop fortress is going to be pretty important. So probably you go gear plot. You could maybe take, I guess you could go gear develop right off rip. I mean, if you're feeling really spicy, I guess you could even go develop. I feel like you want to plot to help pair the fortress stuff up. These are pretty, this kind of game can be a little strange because it's going to break really badly on who lines stuff up early. That crew may have done it. It looked like there was a little loose resources, but maybe not a whole lot. And so, certainly if I bought a duchy, I think it's out of range. So that probably should have been done. Should have gone duchy. I was never gonna. There was no world where I was gonna count up everything that they could put out and like totally figure it out. But I could have at least taken a little bit of a margin there. I'm gonna get plot. I don't really like other. I don't really like a fortress opening. I mean, if you collide, it's nice, but I especially don't like the mill actually. This will be set aside 2 estates by fortress. And then probably we'll be able to plot the next time. Scepter is interesting. What do we want to do here? More scepters. It's interesting. There's a world here where we don't hit another fortress, which would be pretty bad. We didn't enter that world, fortunately. I like the scepter idea. I just don't know if it's the time for it. And I guess you can do gears. That's pretty good. Man, I should have bought a duchy. I'd have been fine. I didn't need the crew. I could have wiped provinces, no problem. There is a scepter. I mean, scepter gear has nice interactions. For sure. Buy another fortress. I mean, this has got to be another fortress. Okay. Oh. What are the odds of... I guess we can buy... If we don't find it... Yeah, we can buy anyway. Guess we draw through here. I think I need another fortress more than I need a scepter. I already have the develop. Or I already have the second develop, so... Not that that would be bad. Because it wouldn't, it would be good. Gotta think though. There may be some worlds where we get the diplomats, but right now I've got this so many coppers still that I don't think that necessarily makes sense. You could maybe make it work with covens. We also have... If we can get the lab going, then we can develop a fortress. We could play both the fortresses. So play fortress, then develop a fortress, then play the fortress, then play the gear, and then maybe play the other develop at the end. And trash a copper or something. They can do two. The other thing about buying the 5s is that I can gain the 5s off develop, so that's the downside. So that would have pointed towards buying the fortress, of course. I guess we're just adding token here. There's probably next turn we blow up. We're not quite to a point. We can just pig this oasis. It doesn't matter. We again didn't quite get the right combo. We'll plot here. I don't know how far we'll get through anything. Hopefully they pseudo dud at least, but I mean, dud for them is not super likely. Okay, this is kind of duddy. We're also, of course, right at a 3 pile. So maybe I keep the plot. We'll probably buy province here. Okay. We're just right at. They didn't scepter gear or anything. They didn't set stuff. They trashed some coppers, but their draw isn't necessarily in any better of a spot. Fortunately. Okay, so how many? How many of these can we play and use? I mean, we can scepter that develops. We have enough actions to play. I do think draw should be an issue for them. We get 2 scepters. How low are piles going here? It's another issue. They just don't. They shouldn't have the draw. I say that. I mean, there's nothing guaranteeing any of it. Okay. I don't think I have a win. And the other question is whether we want to top deck labs. I'm like terrified I'm gonna give away another pile out. truly, truly terrifying. Ooh. So they have 3 more developed plays possible. I don't know if they'll have money for Province. It's the thing. Well, not and do the developed stuff, I guess, or the Scepter stuff, I mean. Hopefully, I don't know. I also don't have, I lack 2 draw, though I can. I added quite a few laboratories. A couple anyway. I don't think this works. I mean, I don't think this wins. I'll cry if it does, but I don't think it wins. Well, this, of course, is pretty easy to pile out on. I hope. It's almost in hand. Um, three. There's still more or there are more. Where are the fortresses? Okay, so does this work? This gets me. Oh my gosh. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is like. This should be lab fortress, or at least cantrips and fortress. Yeah. Oh man. The old 4 pile. All right, we're on the board. You know, I haven't been doing my scoreboard at all. Okay. Well, this has Lost Arts Margrave, as well as a bunch of other junk. Crud. This is gonna be probably a doozy of a board. I'm gonna want. Well, it's weird. You'll probably want enlarged, though. It's gonna be really awkward, actually. Or at least somewhat awkward. They go for the old map. What does even the old map do for you here? I don't know. I don't think old map tunnel is particularly. I mean, you can do like. It's obviously possible to make tunnel work various ways here. This is all pretty sad. Won't lie. We open patron lucky coin and don't hit the 5, but that's how it goes, I guess. This is gonna be weird. I think he probably set everything aside here, even though it's at least a little bit sad. I would rather still have the lucky coin. There's patron city quarter. That's probably the easiest way to make money here. I'm gonna say don't rotate. We could do lost starts on the Margrave already. And get a very good draw for no particular reason. You get a second Margrave. Do have one copper. Now, do we want... The question now is, do we take the city quarter already? We're pretty close to where it makes sense. Frankly. If we can at least buy another... Maybe we wait one turn. So we can get a third patron first. I don't know, does the Voyage help me? They do have the whatever it's called, the coin to bootstrap cash a little bit. I don't know how much money I'm gonna have here. They're just farther away from doing like the really nice city quarter stuff. They do have 2 Margraves though. I don't have 2 Margraves. I could have Windfall, I guess, as well. I didn't even really think about Windfall at all. I think it's just going to be worse than Patron eventually. Ideally, here we go like Margrave City Quarter. Something like that. We don't quite hit all the money that we could have, unfortunately. 8. Really wanted 9. I don't know. Does a windfall work? We like really, really wanted 9. No, that's a terrible turn for them. Three is also not a very good amount of money. We're going to get 6 coffers here. And then we'll have 6, and then we'll have our 4. So 10 plus 6 coffers. We'll have 18 down to 7. Probably go Margrave, Patron, City Quarter. Oh, I hate this going into debt again. That looks terrible. Do we need more than... Do we need a fourth buy? We have $14 is all. No, more than that. $18. Yeah, we probably can use it. I have all these silvers, which are nice. So I don't think it'll be enough. I'm up to 5 buys. I maybe shouldn't have discarded that one patron. That may cost me some money. We'll see. We're both at 5 buys. Okay. And they're now at 6 buys, or whatever that's worth. um, how much money do they have? 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. And some money. We're at 5 buys. I mean, 6 provinces should win here. Certainly 7 would. We could windfall province, I guess. I don't know. Those things sound like asking to maybe be sad. If we go province, tie wins for them at this point. We go province Margrave. What did I say they had? 14. They have 3 patrons. 20. and maybe like 9-ish more, 29-ish. And then I would be able to do, this is my question, if I can't do 6 provinces. There's no way. Could they double? No, they don't have 36. I don't think. 5, 12, 10, 12, 13, 14, 20. And they have 3 city quarters, 20. So 3 times 29. They can make $29, which means they could not double province, city quarter. Well, okay, they're not going to have the cage stuff anyway. They would have to double, if I double province Margrave, they're going to need $16, $20, $36 to win, or to tie rather. But I don't think they have that. I'll double count or triple count. 5, 10, 12, 13, 14, 20. 3 times 3, 29. 29-ish. I think I can buy the Margrave. Now the question is whether that pushes me out of 5 province range. Whether I need it, I guess, is the actual question. Because 7 provinces will surely be enough here. It's not technically half VP, but it's like so much VP. Can we even get to 48? If we start from 16 coffers. I guess if I draw deck, I should be fine because I also put in some money. like $6 or something. So the rest, I don't think I discarded any Margraves. So there are still 2 more Margraves down in these bottom 11. There's at least 1 city quarter. I think maybe 2. And then not a lot of the patrons, but I can make $40. You don't have to count. I mean, you can try to plot something, but this, if they go to make resign here, I'll be a little annoyed just because there's just no out. So, like, this is fine, but this super doesn't matter. Okay, good job. You got an large. Should have windfalled. Okay. Cardinal Scrying Pool and Battle Plan clashes as well. Might just open Cardinal Battle Plan. This could be like this is potentially quite a brutal Cardinal board. Which is funny. Not even potentially, it's just straight up. It's just straight up here. The stuff to make it hurt is here. There's no plus buying. I don't Sorry, I said there's no plus buy right as I stepped away. There's no plus action. There's lots of plus buy. I don't really like this at all. I don't think. What is the point of it? I'm actually just super confused. What is the point to getting an engineer here? On top, what are you gaining that you can't just buy? I guess, does it get you another engineer maybe? I mean, that's certainly possible. Do you have enough money to repay the debt? You're not guaranteed to, right? You're not guaranteed to have the money to pay the debt. You could have... No, I guess you have at least 3 coppers. So it gets you 2 4s and another engineer maybe, but otherwise I guess it gives you 2 4s. At the expense of like a little bit slower cycling because you've top decked a card. Does get you 2 4s, I guess, if you think you want the 4s right off the bat. So you go like double sailor and buy an engineer? I don't know. You just end up in debt. I'm trying to think through because I can mimic. I'm trying to think through if there's some particularly nice angle to it. That I'm perhaps missing, but maybe not. I mean, engineer is certainly a pretty good card here. I don't think it's weird. I don't think it's weird to want an engineer. I mean, ultimately, and then like if you go potion and you're in debt, well, maybe you don't take the debt. There's ultimately some sadness here that's going to happen. I'm going to try sailor and just buy an engineer. And wait a second on the other stuff. I just don't I don't really understand it. You're in debt here. It's not like you're... I mean, if you draw the engineer, it does give you a shot at just taking 3 of the battle plans, I guess. Maybe that's worthwhile. As first player, that's an angle you can take. For me, it didn't maybe make quite as much sense. But it's kind of interesting. It's kind of an interesting take. Maybe you don't even care about battle plans. I mean, ultimately, you just want pools. I mean, you don't want to lose total control of the... We don't have enough, unfortunately, here to... I'm wondering if we start on the pools. I would probably have, if I had a battle plan here, I would have flipped for sure. We don't. You should blow this engineer up, surely. I don't know if you take Archer, if you just take another sailor. Okay. There may be something to having to replace here. I don't know. You certainly don't want to risk not having money to do the to buy the Archer whenever it is. No, we're probably just with it here anyway. I'm really surprised at this engineer buy, because this would have been an okay hand to do the to get Warlord. Well, I guess if you know you don't have a battle plan, but I think they bottom decked a bunch of battle plans, so we're not going to rotate that. Did I buy the replace? Okay, I did buy the replace. So I'm gonna take a sailor. And we'll go ahead and get this by the pool. I guess they have 5. Wow, that actually surprises me that they would go for that in that situation. But, you know, that they would go for it without having the ability to guarantee buying one. Like, why rotate? Why give me a shot at buying a Warlord at all? I guess I always have the shot with the battle plans, unless it's on territory, but it still seems a little weird to me. Unfortunately, they're pretty likely to be able to go play Sailor, buy Warlord, and play it next turn. Now, I don't know if the attack will matter a whole lot for me, but I wonder if I don't play one of these Sailors. How many Sailors do I have now? I guess we just each have 2. Though nonetheless, well, I'm not going to draw around to it, so that doesn't really make sense to worry about waiting for it. Yeah, I wonder again still if the Cardinal sometime makes sense. This is a pretty bad hand for me. Our battle plan, I guess, is pretty likely to proc, but this will at some level just become a thing of who can get clean and who can have Warlords, you know. Okay, they have a bad turn. That's awesome. We don't get to the pool, which is unfortunate. We definitely would like to buy one of these. Maybe it's not unfortunate. Maybe it's okay given the... I mean, not you never mind sending them a little bit. Well, they surely have the archer. We're just a buck short of being able to do a nice traveling fair here. Which just sucks. We were really close. I guess I could have not auto trashed coppers. But it's too late now. If we had found pool and it had drawn some cards, you know, then we would have been talking. But there's still the replace in here also. I'm a little worried they're going to get the money to do Yeah, we're just a buck short, aren't we? At the end of the day. They're pretty likely to be able to sailor play Warlord. Oh, they're tossing it. Interesting. I guess they can just build until we're in a spot where they can take two of them and then rotate around to it. They're not, it's not nothing so clean that I can't, like, I can always switch to Archer and they might fail to play two battle plans. That's not impossible at all. But we'll just see. I'm going to be sad when this pool draws like 30 cards. Oh, whew. I don't have to be sad. It's a miracle. Like, this is the kind of thing I'm talking about, though, where I could battle plan around to Warlord, and it's very possible for me to maybe get both of them. Not likely necessarily, but I have the replace, and then. So, now on this next turn, of course, they're likely to have the battle plan, so. We have to draw a little bit here. It's still, I think it's worth it for me to flip to Archer pretty consistently and just at least have that threat. I don't think it probably helps him. Like, on a turn where they're going to get two, I think they probably get two anyway. So, yeah, it's looking rather grim. Like, on the whole. Don't want to lie to the good folks at home, but they didn't play anything here, so they've got 3 battle plans, Archer replace. Well, we'll know the replace on top in these cards. My Warlord attack isn't happening this turn. It's all pretty nasty. I'm not sure there's any sort of upside to any of this. No one's going to play this stuff consistently. Oh, I did get... Oh, that's nice. That is a nice trick. I wasn't even planning on that. But that is a nice trick at least. They don't have pool. I mean, I guess the bottom 3 cards could be battle plan. But there's a warlord they haven't played as well. They just have a lot of the attacks here. Okay, so they hide the warlord, presumably. Well, I mean, they could hide a battle plan. What was the shuffle? Oh, I take that back. This was their last. So the battle plan and the archer are not out. There's just 2 battle plans and the warlord. And then some other card. What? Who knows? I don't know. I really don't know. There's certainly a world where tossing poacher is like the play. I can just buy the territories so that there's we buy 3 of them, then I can get the warlords. I don't know if that was right. It depends on what that card was. If it's warlord, this is probably wrong. If it's battle plan, this may be right, but also may just be just as punishing. We'll have to see. I don't even know if there's any buys that actually help me all that much. I mean, I can buy another sailor. And try and trash some cards. I may be wrong on the deck tracking here, but now would be a point where switching to warlord or archer is pretty scary. If you're phika. I must just be confused about the deck contents. Because this is not what I thought was going on here. Too bad we don't have a warlord. Oh, they do. There it was. Too bad we don't have a warlord in play. Just rotate it 1. It's no big deal. Yeah. Well, this is all the battle plans. So if they don't get around, we may get the chance at the archers still. Now, we're not going to have played any not going to have been. Maybe we trash the silver. Because they're not probably getting around. Do we need the silver? We can just trash a sailor or something to poacher. That's not a problem. I just want it out of the deck, I think. And we hit warlord, which is huge. Some would even say massive. Just let's get another poacher, yeah. See what happens here. We threw the pool aside. We do have to get around to the we have to get to our battle plan, which is the challenge that we're facing. But we can get there, we have a really good shot. Like a really, really good shot, honestly. I'm not sure their shuffle triggers were well considered. I'll be honest. We've been playing for nearly 3 hours. We're not getting archered though, so that's huge. I don't know kind of how you score here. You could get collections and buy some poachers, but obviously you run into warlord issues. You can buy and trash things. I mean, you can buy actions and trash them with stuff. Maybe you can give them curses for a while. You can make a good amount of money with courtier. Okay. I don't know what order is the best to try and make this all happen. Does not matter. We get there. Okay, so should we play all 3 of them? Why not? Did they shuffle yet? I triggered their shuffle. We know they're getting a pool. Did they play a sailor? No sailor play. We There's some worlds where it makes sense to do poacher, I think, but let's do archer. No, I don't think we want it top decked. Oh, okay. There's still the Cardinal stuff. I forced them to decide now about poacher or about courtier. Well, you can play poacher. May have been better to discard pool. I don't know. I don't know how much value we'll get over having a non-warlord thing, but hopefully some. I definitely am at a bit of a loss as to how to do the payload here. I guess 2 courtiers for sure. The question is, do you want to get a collection before you do that in order to kind of just score a little bit? I think I'm pretty far ahead on trashing as well. And maybe you can just get a colony and then start milling it. Against them. Because their buys or their building here is pretty limited. Can get platinum though. Some amount of platinum is probably still pretty good. I don't know if you can draw enough to make the collections really worthwhile. It's obviously without, if you just were unrestricted in how many actions you played, collection would go super crazy here. Maybe it still does. Because obviously the hounds are like ripe for the taking on the collection scoring. And they don't necessarily, you could do it like one turn and then do it another turn and it wouldn't necessarily kill you. Kill your deck if you have enough pools. And if it's on a turn where like the next turn you can play as many pools as you want. But it's all awkward. It's all awkward as heck. They're giving me a curse. Interesting. They did not play Warlord. Shoot. I'm a little money hungry right now. Their territory could be nice for me if there was a spot where they didn't play sailors. They did play the sailors. So maybe they get to trash a little bit here. Okay. We do have 11, which could be like pool courtier. We could curse. I don't know if fighting on that front is the way we win. We should be better than them at it, but it doesn't mean it's the way to win. The other option is to replace like a warlord right now into a courtier. Do we have another bot? Well, then we would, and then go like scrying pool courtier. The curse thing does not. The cursing does not super appeal to me right now. I feel like we want to get better stuff. Which could mean playing Archer also. That would give us 13. Which is not quite enough for what we'd want to do. We'd be a couple short. So there's a question. Are we going to play replace or are we going to play Archer going forward? And are we okay with losing one of the warlords in the... I don't know. Not exactly what we want. I don't think we really want the golds all that badly. Maybe once. They didn't get to trash. That's really good. So this turn we're locked up a little bit. The scrying pool discard may end up being favorable to me. The poacher one as well, actually. They weren't, neither of them were too terrible. We still definitely have a game. Somewhat. I mean, yeah, I mean, there's still a game. We got to go for colonies. It's just a question of like, how big do my turns look when they get big? When they get bigger. But they'll be able to buy colonies and stuff. I don't know how consistently, but I guess at this point they're pretty trash too. They have these extra estates, but I do really wonder if the collection stuff was the play at some point. The thing is, you need to chart a path to a 3 pile, and that is a little challenging. Okay. If I the curse, so there's still potion and comp. Okay. We want the golds in hand. Do we want a gold at all? Okay. We can get another sailor play in here. Kind of nice. If the draws had gone a little bit different, actually we could have guaranteed getting both. Yeah, we kind of messed that up. If we wanted 2 golds, we could have gotten 2 golds. We just needed to draw with the pool while it was all actions, and then the battle plan could have drawn 2 of them if we had wanted to do that. So that's a little bit of a mistake here for sure. I'm not sure if we want the golds or how badly we want the golds. We could have had more money here for sure, though. And it would have probably been useful. Well, guess that. All right. We're going to the last one. Holy cow. What a oh my gosh. What a board. Oh my goodness. Holy cow, this is nothing. What do you do? Try and Prince and Urchin? Holy, oh my goodness. Ugh. You can fight the discards with Siren, but then they beat your curses with Mercenary, and they may have... That may let them get the Prince stuff going, and then they go back for Siren. You can do Cage, of course. But you're going to have some kind of extended green at some point. You can try Gear Cage. You can get clean without Urchin. That much is clear. Then you have to have money of some sort. Oh my goodness. If you can Prince one Urchin, maybe that's... Oh my word. You could try to play just Gear Cage money, I guess. I don't know. There's not a Siren trick, is there? No. Okay, we get a little sadness here. Well, never mind, we get a lot of sadness here. Okay, so Phika had the best possible shuffle. I had the worst. Well, not best possible. We don't know how the money went down. Potentially the best possible shuffle. We had the worst. with the gears hiding. Never mind. They pretty much. Well, I guess it's not clear you'd want a 5 more than some other thing. It's not immediately clear. To me, anyway. They at least miss mercenary here. Thankfully, they miss 8. Holy cow. You probably buy a gold. If we find the gear here. Okay. No estates here, which super sucks. We could wait, I guess. We could play the gear. We could wait to play the gear. Though you know you have it here, so you have a chance to kind of maybe mess with their stuff a little bit. You'd really rather trash estates, though. We also did not hit an action card. I probably would have bought Siren there. Okay, they miss again. Never mind. All right. Well, this is a weird one. They'll probably hit 8 next turn. See if they buy a Siren here. Maybe you never buy a Siren. If you can Prince an Urchin, you're not so worried about it. It's so funny. Urchin is just the only thing you can do here. We need to draw $2 or a silver to make it off this one. Or if we trash gear, we just need 1. I guess. I think if I get a decent draw off my first opening shuffle against the Urchin, I'm going to be way ahead here, but I don't know how. I mean, we're doing okay now. At least it's sort of playable. I don't see how you can do anything but click prince, though. I guess if you're convinced you can get the provinces fast enough, you can do the other. You can buy a province. Maybe you get there on money alone. I don't know. Maybe get, though you wouldn't necessarily province now, you would like take gold. I don't think you would province. But you could just buy gold. I am guaranteed to get the prince with the urchin in the next turn. That's about all I can do. Guaranteed. But they fall. This is unfortunate, but it is what it is. We could try. It's got to be a hero, right? For now. They said I have 5. Didn't find it. Didn't find it. That's a bummer. That is a bummer. We need to figure out a way to get some plus buy here. That may be loots. We don't have another. I guess there's also monkey. I maybe should have just monkey. No, that couldn't have been right there. There is something to maybe tragic heroing again. This is truly a little crazy. But we're almost... Maybe you just buy the urchin. You probably are just playing Prince. That was unfortunate that we didn't get to it there. That it was bottom 2. That's okay. We're still... Oh, they're greening. Interesting. I think we can beat that. Certainly, I hope we can beat it. What do we want to lose here? Like, their best hope is to just, like, province every other turn. Maybe. So we should have time. I don't know if we'll have time for a third prince. That would really kick us into high gear, but we can also get a Corsair. Maybe I should have gotten Corsair first. I don't know. Does this activate? 1, 2, 3, 4. Because this Tragic Cure doesn't activate here, which is fine, actually. So the questions. Do we want a Siren? Do we want another? What do we have? 1, 2. We're at 8. Maybe should have geared there. Yeah. That was a mistake. Oh no. What do we want to do here though? I don't think Spell Scroll Siren works. I mean, I can trash the mercenary anyway. I would just set it aside. Well, we didn't get any help on the plus buy front. That's for sure. I did mess that up a little bit. That last turn. Okay. So I think we do Corsair gear. We still can't hit buy to save our lives. We do need to play the Corsair though. So so like Corsair gear Urchin, or not Urchin, Tragic Hero. We're gonna play the gear first. I think. What is this up to if you have 8 or more? So we're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can only set aside 1. I mean, I guess we could set aside the Tragic Hero itself if we wanted to, but we really need plus buy from the loot. I'm not sure any of this was the right order. Bottom decking the Tragic Hero sucked though. I mean, we could wait. And we could do Corsair Cutthroat by a prince. We didn't even have to buy Prince. I mean, we could buy Province. When did they get a tragic hero? I missed that. I don't know if I get Siren or if I get a Witch's Hut, because I probably am going to need to give out some of the curses. They're going to hit... Wait, why would you gain... Oh, they didn't want to activate my... I'm not sure that makes sense, but... Okay, he sucks so bad. These have been incredibly rough. We cannot get by to save our lives. I don't know that the province was correct. In fact, it was probably super incorrect. I didn't fully grok what was going on there. Because I was stupid. Is the long and the short of that one. You can just click gold. That's just, you know, fine. They don't have a lot of money, fortunately. I don't know why I tossed that other than... So we can triple here, we can probably win. I don't know that that's in the cards, but... Or we can have this happen. Can they double? That wasn't even the cage. I guess, no, that wasn't even the cage. That was just... I mean, I tossed a gear. That was stupid. It's still unbelievable. So stupid. And I shouldn't have tossed the mercenary there either. It should be the cutthroat or something, but they just duchy. So if we double, we still need so much. But we have time now. They didn't. We can like double duchy or something and get the endless chalice down at least. Play some gears. Maybe maybe mercenary. They have a cutthroat in play now. Are they ever gonna get that card though if I give them a loot? Is it worth it? Probably not worth it. What do we? Okay, let's count. Jeez, what are we at? We're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 14, 15. We're at 15, so we could triple duchy here if we keep. We could double province, but that loses, so we should probably not do that. And then for the cutthroat, it's just a question of whether we think there's value in, and if we triple duchy, we'll be at 22, which will still just lose to province, which they almost certainly have on golds. I should have won this one. I didn't, when I bought my province, I didn't think, when I picked the gear on the last one, I didn't think it was. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Did I not play a Corsair either? How many duchies? Can't believe I lost this one. They probably already have it in hand too. They probably shuffled into 3 golds or whatever. Oh, so stupid. Province duchy doesn't do anything. We have to try to just get as many duchies as we can. The question is there a, yeah, like 20, we're not making that much money. $18 doesn't win still, so that's not it. This is like all of the draw. Is it worth it to trash an estate? That's hard to believe. We really didn't want to draw that money either. Because now this is 3 duchies and nothing. And we could top deck a million tragic heroes, I guess. Does that do anything for us? So we're just going to be short next hand now. Our next turn. They're going to at least have duchy. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. It's not... One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16, 17. I guess we crashed the server. Oh, man. We're lucky to get through because we didn't... Well, I mean, they shouldn't have greened, but we also didn't play that cleanly. I'm really happy. I don't know. I don't usually get too worked up over this, but it's been a long time since I won League, and I really wanted to win. Probably put too much into it, but I really happy to have been able to pull it out. So very well played, phika. Good games. Thanks as always to all the mods. And I guess I'll see you all later. Thanks for watching.